Hello friends, welcome to Banker Zone. In this session, we will study the banker-customer relationship, principles and practices of banking. Now see, what do you mean by the banking? See, definition of a banking is given at section 5B of the Banking Regulation Act. So there can be the question in the examination. As per which section the banking is defined? So banking is defined as per section 5B of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Now, definition of banking. What is banking? Banking means simply accepting the deposit from the public for the purpose of lending or the investment. So what is investment? See, for example, if you are accepted as a banker, you have accepted 100 rupees of deposit, right? And if you have given out of that 80 rupees you have given the loan, still you are having 20 rupees remaining. So that 20 rupees you can invest using the department in the bank called as the treasury department. So mainly the investment activity in the banking are done by the treasury department. So very simple. What is banking? We take money from the public, the same money we give to the same public in the form of loan. So accepting deposit from the public, lending the money in the form of loan to the customers, or remaining part we can invest. That is nothing but the banking, right? One thing you note here, whatever deposit we accept from the public, right? So we cannot do the trading. Banks are not allowed to do the trading or the manufacturing business. Okay, now who can run the bank? Who can start the bank? See, an individual person cannot start a bank, cannot run the bank, right? And the firm or the company need to be established to run the bank. So the only company, the firm can start or run the bank. Now, what kind of deposits are accepted in the bank? See, only the cash. Cash means cash and the deposit or the credit using the electronic platforms like NEFT, RTGS. So deposit accepted from the public only in the form of cash. So for example, say customer cannot come into bank and say take my 5 gram of gold and give me the interest on that. It is not allowed, right? That means only in the form of cash we are accepting the deposit. Okay. Now if you have to start the bank, what capital is required, right? So we are talking about universal bank. Universal bank means these are the there are basically two categories of the bank. One is universal bank, another is the differentiated bank. So universal banks like ICICI, HDFC, SBI, these are the universal banks, commercial banks. And differentiated banks means having some different category, like a payment bank, like a small finance bank. These are having some different rules and regulation. So we call it as the differentiated banks, right? Now with respect to the universal bank, if you have to start a commercial bank like ICICI, HDFC, right, then you need a capital, means amount of fund you need is 5 billion, that is 500 crores of minimum capital you require. Okay, now as per the when you start the bank, right, when you start the bank, since starting the bank, so within 6 years you have to list your bank into the stock exchange. So stock exchange listing is mandatory for the bank, right, within 6 years from commencement of the operation. So when you start the bank, within 6 years you have to list that bank at the stock exchange. It can be BSE, NSE. Okay, now as per section 6 of the Banking Regulation Act, in that section basically they have given different activity what bank can conduct the business, right? For example, bank can give the locker, bank can do the remitting businesses, then remittance business, bank can do issuing of check and the bill, bank can issue the guarantee letter of credit. Means what? Very simple, very important. For example, point of view, see, section 6 of the Banking Regulation Act define what are the activity permitted by the banker to conduct. That means simply allowed activity given in section 6. See, we are selling the insurance, right? So this is again the allowed business as per the section 6 of the Banking Regulation Act. Now there is again section 8 gives idea what business a bank should not do. That means section 6 tells about what you should conduct the business, right? Which type of business you can conduct, right? And section 8 is all about what businesses are restricted for the banks. For example, bank cannot undertake the trading or the bartering of the goods, means you cannot sell the goods in the bank, right? So these are the prohibited activity in the bank. Okay, now see, what is banking? See, banking is very simple. What is banking? Banking is nothing but accepting the deposit from for the purpose of lending or the investment, right? So banking is basically defined under section 5B of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Now see, accepting deposit for the purpose of trading or manufacturing cannot be considered as a bank. It is not a bank, right? That means banking, the bank cannot do the trading or the manufacturing activity. Now, an individual cannot run the bank, a company or a firm must be there to run the bank. Deposit should be accepted from the public only in the form of cash, not other like a gold or equivalent. Minimum paid up capital to start a universal bank is 500 crore, that is 5 billion. And within 6 years from starting the bank, it must got listed into the stock exchange. It can be like BSE, NSE. Okay, further, when we talk about the permitted activity, so section 6 of the Banking Regulation Act gives idea what activity bank can do, like providing locker, collecting remittance, issuing bills, check guarantee, etc., etc. Now, section 8 tells about what are the activities which are prohibited in the banks, right? Section 8 tells about the prohibited activity. So, like buying and selling or the bartering or trading of the goods, these are the prohibited activity as per section 8 of the Banking Regulation Act. Now, see further. See, when we talk about the bank, now what is customer? Who is customer, right? So, defining a bank customer. So, one thing you note here, there is no any statutory definition. Means what? No any law clearly define the customer. So, neither the Banking Regulation Act, neither the RBI Act define the customer. So, there is a legal ambiguity. That means we can say no law basically define who is a bank customer, right? So, we have some broad definition for the customer, right? So, who is customer? Generally, a person having account with a bank can be the customer. Person who is using the service of the bank like ATM, like locker, he can be the customer. Or a customer or the person who is doing transaction on behalf of a customer can be the customer, right? For example, we have opened the minor's account, right? And guardian is operating the account of minor. So guardian can be treated as a customer. So in that way, we are having broad definition. The account holder can be the customer. The user of service can be the customer, or transaction doing on behalf of customer can be the customer, right? So broadly, we can say a user, a potential user, or it can be, or the person who is using the bank services can be the customer. Now, customer can be of two types. Customer can be the natural person, like a human individual, like a male, female, right? So natural person means like simply like Sumit and the Sresha. So natural person. The customer can be the artificial person. For example, you are having account of say ABC Private Limited. So company, firm, trustee, the different trust, the society, different institution. These are the example for the artificial person. So we are having account of two types. Customer can be of two types, natural or the artificial. Okay. Now further, Sir John's view on the customer. See, to constitute a customer, there must be some recognizable course or habit of dealing in nature of the regular banking business. So basically, the person who does the regular activity with the bank can be the customer as per the John's Paget's view on a customer. Now, very, very important you remember here that neither the Banking Regulation Act nor the RBI Act or RBI regulation define the customer. That means there is no any legal definition of customer, right? So simply we can say person is having account can be the customer, person using the service can be the customer, or person or the potential user of banking services can be the customer. So broadly, customer can be a user, a potential user, or of the bank services. Customer can be the natural or the artificial. Okay. Now, as per Sir John's, there must be the recognizable course or the habit of dealing in nature of regular banking business. That is the opinion of Sir John Paget. Now, very, very well known opinion about the Mahatma Gandhi about the customer. See, the Mahatma Gandhi says a customer is the most important visitor on our premises. He is not dependent on us. We are dependent on him, right? Said by the Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. Now, the most important part we are starting here, the relationship, banker-customer relationship. Now see, when bank receive money from the customer, means what? Here, the customer is giving money to the bank, means customer deposit money to the bank, means the person who is giving money is called as the creditor, and person receiving money called as the debtor. Very, very important. So person giving money called as the creditor, and person who receive the money called as the debtor. Very, very important, right? So when bank receive money from the customer become the creditor and bank become the debtor. Okay. Next is just opposite to it. See, when bank gives locker to the customer, right? So before locker, see, when bank lends money to the customer, it is just vice versa, right? So when bank lends money to the customer means money will flow from bank to the customer. That means money given by the bank. So who gives money is called as the creditor. Who receives money called as the debtor. So here, when bank lend money to the customer, right? So bank is giving money. So bank become creditor. And who takes money? Here, the customer becomes the debtor. Very simple. When customer deposit money in the bank, customer become creditor. When bank give money to the customer, the bank become creditor, right? So very simple. Who gives money become the creditor, and who takes money become the debtor, right? Now, in case of locker, what is the relationship between customer and bank? See, here bank is having some lockers. So locker is being given to the customer for the purpose of operation, okay, for keeping their valuable items in the locker. Now, in case of locker, the owner of locker, who is owner of locker? Owner of locker? Owner of locker is obviously the bank, right? So bank is called as the lessor, and the customer is called as lessee. Very, very important. How to remember? See, generally, owner, ER in the last, owner, right? ER. Similarly, the pronunciation lessor, R in the last. In that way, remember, right? Only one option. So very simple. Owner of the locker is the banker, called as the lessor, and the person or customer called as the lessee. Okay. Now next is the when the goods or the document of a customer keep in the bank for the custody. So in many exams are being conducted, right? So many times the question papers are being kept at the custody of the bank. That is called as the custody, providing safe custody, right? So before conducting the examination, papers are generally kept at the locker or the custody of the bank, called as the safe custody. Okay. Now, when goods or the documents are kept in the safe custody of the bank, in that way, so bank become the trustee and the beneficiary, customer become the beneficiary. So understand, when the documents or the goods of a customer are kept at the safe custody of the bank, so bank become the custodian of the document. So bank become the trustee. Bank have to act as a trustee to keep that all document in safe. That's why called as the safe locker or safe custody. So understand here. So bank's responsibility to keep all the document and the goods in safely, right? So bank become the trustee, and the customer who is giving the document or the goods become the beneficiary. So very, very important for exam point of view. In case of a safe locker custody or simply safe custody, so bank become the trustee and customer become the beneficiary. Okay. Now, next is the principal agent. What is principal agent? Understand. See, the one party called as the principal, who is basically authorizes another party called the agent to act on their behalf. For example, see, customer basically give you some authority to act on behalf of customer. So always remember, customer is giving you some, for example, customer has given you you have to apply some standing instruction into customer's account, right? So customer has given you order to apply the standing instruction. So customer become the principal and you have to follow the order. So you become the agent. You are the agent for the customer, right? So principal simply delegate the authority and agent simply act and make decision as per the principal's order. Okay. Now see, through question you will get idea. Yes Bank has rendered the service of remittance, collect bill and check, etc. That means Yes Bank is offering the services like collection of bills, check, etc. The relationship exists between the bank and the customer is. Now here Yes Bank is providing the service. When there is a word like providing service, there must, so we are providing service. So the collection of bills, then collection of a check. So see, collection of a check means we are sending check to the other party, right? So other bank will send the fund. That means we are only acting as an agent, right? So when we are providing services as an agent, so bank becomes. So see, they are asking the relationship between bank and customer. So bank here become the agent and customer become the principal, right? There are two options: agent, principal, agent. Don't get confused. What they are asking, bank and customer. So accordingly, your bank become the agent and customer become the principal. So option number B is most accurate, not a C. Remember, right? So very, very important. Always remember, bank is only acting as an agent in the providing services and customer become the principal who can order us how to follow the instruction. Okay. Now, what is indemnity? See, indemnity is nothing but the legal or the contractual obligation where one party agree to compensate another party for specific financial losses, right? So indemnifier means simply the person who gives the guarantee, who assures about the loss, and indemnified means simply who is getting assured, who is safe, right? For example, I will tell you through example, you will get idea. See, Sumit has deposited rupees 1 lakh rupees with the Dena Bank Limited. That means he has one deposit with the Dena Bank, right? And he has created the deposit. That is, he has created, for example, say FD, and he has lost that FD receipt. Now he has signed a indemnity bond and submitted to the bank. Now why bank is taking indemnity bond? Because if anything happen, if for example the deposit receipt is taken by another customer and he has encashed the deposit in other bank, so who will suffer the loss? That means the fraud can be happen, right? So to get safer side, what bank will do? Bank will take indemnity bond from the Mr. Sumit, that if in future the stolen or the lost FD receipt, if it is misused, then Sumit will repay to the bank. That is what called as the indemnity bond. So here relationship between the bank and Mr. Sumit is, see, bank is getting safer here. Bank is getting safer. So who person who gets assured himself called as indemnified. So here bank become the indemnified and Sumit is responsible for future liability if happens. So Sumit become the indemnifier. Very simple. So very, very important. See, generally indemnity bond is taken by the bank. So bank insist customers right give the bond. For example, if there is any death claim without nominee, you ask for the indemnity bond, right? So why bond? Because in future, if any legal claim arrives, the bond says that the customer who is getting money right now will be liable to repay in future claims, right? So bank safer side take the indemnity bond, right? So indemnity bond, in indemnity, bank become the indemnified and the customer become the indemnifier. Okay, now what is a bailment? See, understand bailment, very interesting. Bailment is nothing but the delivery of a good by a person to another for some purpose up to contract that shall, when the purpose accomplished, or shall be returned otherwise disposed according to the direction of the person who delivers them. Means simply, see, you are see, any customer, if there is one customer in the bank, right, and who leaves his wallet or say any article like a key, bike key, car key, or any document on the bank's table. You are working in the officer as an officer in the bank, and on your table customer forgot his wallet, for example, say wallet, right? So that wallet customer forgot, what do? You will take that wallet and keep in your own drawer and wait for that customer to come and take it, right? So customer forget wallet at the bank's premises. So here the bank become the beneficiary. Bank become the here it is not a beneficiary. See here, bank become the Bailee. Bank become the Bailee, right? If customer leaves any article, for example, say customer forgot wallet, you will take that wallet and keep it in your drawer, right? So bank become the Wally. Bank become the Bailee here, and the owner of that become the Bailor. See, again the remember one small concept. OR, owner, 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 pronunciation ER, Bailor, pronunciation R. So pronunciation is almost same. In that way you remember, right? So owner, OWNER, who is owner? Owner of that is nothing but the customer is the owner of that wallet, right? So owner, like the Bailor, right? So in that way remember pronunciation, Bailor, owner. So very simple. The person who delivering the goods is called the Bailor, and the person who to whom that goods are delivered called as the Bailee, right? So the customer forgot some goods or the document in the branch, so bank become the Bailee, means bank have to keep that document or the item safely, and Bailor means who leaves the document, who leaves the article or the goods. Okay, next is the guarantor. So when bank gives loan to any customer, generally bank asks for the guarantee, guarantor, third party guarantee, right? So apart from the borrower, bank asks one customer as a guarantor, one person as a guarantor, right? Who will take the guarantee of the borrower that he will repay. Very simple concept. Now who is guarantor? Guarantor, in case of that guarantee, in case of a guarantee, the customer who is guarantor, providing guarantee, become the guarantor. Very simple, right? So guarantor. Now in that case bank become the beneficiary. Very, very important. So in case where the customer, we are taking the guarantor for the loan, that guarantor, the person who is providing guarantee called as the guarantor, right? And here in that case bank become the beneficiary. Again remember, right? So what is the relationship in case of a guarantee? Relationship is simply the guarantor and the beneficiary. Okay. Now Next is the, see here around 17 to 18, we will see the different relationship between banker and the customer, right? Very, very important for exam point of view. Now see, when customer deposit a money in the bank, at the same time, who gives the money? Customer. So customer become creditor and the bank become debtor. Now bank gives money, that is bank lend money, bank give loan to the customer, money given by bank. So bank become the creditor and the customer takes money, become the debtor. Now in case of safe custody means simply in the custody, bank can the customer can deposit different valuable like bond, security, etc. Right? So it is safe custody. In case of safe custody, owner of that document is the customer, owner, bailor. So bailor, customer become bailor and the bank become Bailee. Now the bank provide locker facility also. Bank provide locker facility. So in that case, the customer who is owner of that locker, bank is owner. So bank become the lessor and the customer become the lessee. In recently, as per the RBI guideline, you have to remember, because in the exam they can ask you both, right? If there is a question in case of the safe deposit locker, in case of locker facility, right? So bank is nothing but the licensor. So again, see, who is owner? Bank is owner of locker, right? So licensor, owner, pronunciation, right? And licensee means simply the customer, right? So again, remember, if there is option like a licensor, licensee, you can mark. If there is option lessor, lessee, you can mark, right? So if both options are there, the most you have to choose accurately the licensor, licensee. Okay. Now one party promises to save another party, that is indemnity, from the loss caused due to the misconduct of the promisor. So if there is any losses in the future, to recover that losses, we are doing indemnity bond, right? So that indemnity, in that indemnity bond, bank is doing indemnity bond, bank getting safer for bank itself. So bank become the indemnified and the customer become the indemnifier. In case of a gold loan, we do the pledge, we take the pledge, right? Pledge card from the customer. So in that case, what happened? The customer become the pawner. See, pawner means owner of the gold. So pawner, owner, customer, right? And bank become the pawnee. In case of a mortgage loan, right? So bank, the customer's write his property in favor of bank, right? So in that case, the customer become mortgagor. Owner of land is customer, so become mortgagor, and the bank become mortgagee. Now in case of hypothecation, when we do the hypothecation, when we sanction the car loan, right, we will have the hypothecation. Now, in case of a car loan, we are having hypothecation. So, who is owner? Owner is customer. Owner. So, owner become hypothecator. Pronunciation you can easily correlate. And bank become the hypothecatee. If a bank is doing any service on behalf of customer, then obviously bank is acting as an agent and customer become the principal. Okay. Next is the maintaining the currency chest. When bank maintain the currency chest on behalf of RBI, right? For RBI. So on behalf of RBI, so RBI become the principal, bank simply become the agent, right? When bank follow the standing instruction given by customer, right? Bank is following only. So bank become agent and customer become the principal. Now payee of a draft at a paying branch. So when we talk about the payee of draft at a paying branch, customer become the beneficiary and bank become the trustee, right? So again same, when we talk about the purchase of a draft means, for example, say customer has purchased the draft, customer has submitted money and he has taken the draft from the bank. Again very, very important for example point of view. In that case, the customer become the creditor and the bank become the debtor. See, who gives money? Customer gives you money and takes the DD. Who gives money become the creditor. Who takes it become the debtor. Basic concept you have to apply, because this can be asked in the examination. Now assignment. When we talk about what is assignment, see, previously you can submit the LIC policy in the bank and you can take the loan against the LIC policy or the any government security. So for on that, we the banker, we create the lien called as the assignment, right? So lien on a policy or the security created by the banker called as the assignment, right? So in that case, the customer become the assigner. Owner of policy is the customer, right? Assigner, and bank become the assignee. If any customer left his article by mistake in the bank, so bank become the beneficiary and the bank become the trustee of it. Bank means bank have to act as a trustee and keep safe item and return to the customer. And here customer is obviously the beneficiary, right? So see, there may be some confusion between the payee of a draft at a paying branch and purchase of draft. So for that, we will see one question. Through question you will get idea. See, demand draft from the one bank, Dana Bank, requested by Mr. Sumit, and which was issued in favor of Mr. Amit. Okay. Now what has happened? See, what is the relationship created between Mr. Sumit and the bank? See, Sumit is asking for the DD to the bank, right? So Sumit is giving money and taking DD. So Sumit is giving money. So Sumit become the creditor and bank become the debtor, right? So answer will be Sumit is a purchaser of DD. So he will become the creditor and the bank become debtor. Okay. In next, what is the relationship between Mr. Amit and the bank? Amit means Amit is a person who's in a favor. We have created the DD, right? So here Amit is nothing but the name written on DD here in the at a payee's name is Amit. So Amit is getting benefit. So Amit will be beneficiary and bank is just holding that amount till payment of DD. So bank become the trustee. Very, very important for exam point of view, understand, right? So at the purchasing time, so purchaser and the bank, creditor, debtor. But relationship between the payee and the bank is beneficiary and the trustee. Okay. Now, see, we are having different types of the deposit. We are having demand deposit, time deposit, and combinedly we are having hybrid or the flexi deposit. What is demand deposit? See, we are having current account, saving account, or OD account, right? So, current account, saving account, these are nothing but the demand deposits. And time deposit means we are having we are providing customer like a fixed deposit, right? The cash certificates. These are the type of time deposit. So what is difference? Demand means what? Simply any time customer, it is payable on demand. Anytime customer can present you a check and ask for give me money from current or saving account. That is called a demand deposit. Time deposit means FD. For example, FD created for 3 years. Only after 3 year maturity you can give money to the customer. That is called as the time deposit, right? Time deposits are generally repaid after the expiry of a deposit period. So, see, unclaimed deposit or the term deposit which are overdue means what? For example, you created term deposit for 3 years. So, once 3 years gone means the next day after the 3 years, the term deposit become the demand deposit. Means overdue means after completion of a time, that is after term deposit term, once the term deposit got mature, it become the demand deposit. The demand deposits are payable on demand, and generally demand deposits means simply the current account, saving account. Here generally on saving account rate of interest say 3%, so very low rate of interest. But for current account there is no rate of interest, 0%. We are not offering any interest on the current account balance. Okay, time deposit, they are repaid after a fixed period of time. Generally minimum 7 days must be the period to have the time deposit. And it can range maximum up to 10 years, 120 months, right? But generally decided as per the bank's asset liability maturity mismatch, right? So maximum, see, minimum is 7, but maximum it can be decided by the bank depending on the asset liability maturity of the bank. Now next is the hybrid. Hybrid is flexi. Hybrid means flexi. So basically hybrid is just a combination of both, that is demand and time deposit. Now it is having one feature called as the auto sweep facility. Here, so for example, if you will set a threshold, if any balance more than 5 lakh in the saving account will be get converted into the fixed deposit. For example, now balance is 6 lakh rupees. So 1 lakh rupees FD is created. Now again balance become 5 lakh. Now balance on next day is 7 lakh. So it will create the FD of 2 lakh rupees. Again by the end day, balance will be remaining 5 lakh rupees. This is called as a hybrid. Hybrid is simply the combination of the demand and fixed deposit. And the example for the hybrid is simply auto sweep account, auto sweep facility account. Okay. So this is all about the demand deposit, time deposit. Demand deposit means simply the current account, saving account. Time deposit means very simple, like a FD or cash certificate of the deposit, CD. Okay. Hybrid means combination of both. And best example for hybrid is auto sweep facility. Now, we also offer some facility to NRI. NRI means simply the non-resident Indian. Who is NRI? See, a person who stay in India for less than 182 days. For less than 182 days, it is called a NRI. NRI means non-resident. Non-resident means simply who is staying in India for less than 182 days. So for NRI, we are having different facility like NRO deposit. NRO stands for non-resident ordinary deposit. Here in that the benefit is dollar as well as rupee. That means foreign as well as local currency can be deposited. So if you are having house in India and you went abroad in USA, so you have given that your house in India on rent. So the local tenant can deposit the rent in your account in rupee. And whatever you are earning in dollar, you can also deposit it. right? That is basic benefit of the NRO. NRE stands for non-resident external deposit account. External means simply only the foreign currency can be credited in that account. And FCNRB deposit, see, you are earning lot of in dollar, right? But you know the value of dollar is more higher than the rupee. So you say to the State Bank of India, I will make a deposit, no problem. But my deposit must be in foreign currency. Don't convert that foreign currency into Indian rupee. So such deposit is called as the foreign currency non-resident bank deposit, FCNRB, right? So this is all about deposit facility to the NRI. So friends, we are having some other product and services offered by the bank, like a remittance service, means like NEFT RTGS, or abroad, remittance abroad, using the SWIFT facility, sending rupees to dollar, like that. We also implement different government scheme, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, right, APY, then Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Yojana, Swanidhi Yojana, lot of scheme we are implementing. Then we are also doing government business like tax collection, the pension, distribution. Then we also have some remittance services, already told. Then we also sell some third party product like insurance, right? Then we also provide a merchant banking service. What is merchant banking? See, if any company want to raise a fund using the by the way of listing the company at the stock exchange, or by the way of IPO, right? So to manage such a lot of fund, one bank will be allocated or appointed by that company, right? Such bank is called as simply the merchant bank. Now lease financing means simply leasing the asset, okay? Then electronic banking services, or the cards like ATM card, debit card we are offering. So these are the other services we are offering. Apart from that, we are having different remittance services, right? Like NEFT. Using NEFT, you can transfer the fund. Remember the full form: National Electronic Fund Transfer. There is no minimum, no maximum amount rupees into the NEFT. RTGS is real-time gross settlement. Minimum amount is 2 lakh and above, including 2 lakh rupees. IMPS, Immediate Payment Service. UPI stands for Unified Payment Interface. Highest used nowadays, right? UPI. AEPS stands for the Aadhaar Enabled Payment System, and NACH is the National Automated Clearing House. So they can ask you the full form also, right? Remember the full form. NACH is National Automated Clearing House. So friends, here is the end of the chapter. You can download the application Bankers Zone JAIB CIB. If you are having any doubt, you can ask us on WhatsApp 9054538247. Thank you.